Doraemon blew a bubble, and it landed right on Nobita's head. Nobita soon noticed something was off. All he could see in front of him were his homework problems, and every sound around him seemed to have vanished completely. Just then, Nobita's mother pushed open the door and walked in. She had come to scold him, but instead found him buried in his studies, head down and focused. Doraemon waved a manga in front of Nobita's eyes, making noise on purpose. Sure enough, Nobita didn't react at all. His mother even stepped up to test him herself, but Nobita couldn't see her at all. His eyes were locked onto his homework, nothing else registered. Finally reassured, his mother left the room. Before long, Nobita had finished all his assignments. Doraemon took out a needle and gently popped the bubble. Nobita snapped back to reality, stared at the completed homework on his desk, and broke into a look of sheer, disbelieving joy. Just then, a vibration came from Doraemon's pocket. It was Doramon on the line, urging him to return to the future immediately. Doraemon scrambled into the time machine, but forgot to take the bubble solution with him. Seeing this, Nobita decided to make good use of the little gadget. Meanwhile, Nobita's father was digging a hole in the yard to plant a tree, complaining about how hard the soil was and how tough it was to dig, and worrying he'd miss his golf show later. Nobita seized the moment and blew a bubble at him, shielding him from distractions so he could focus on the work. Sure enough, his dad became instantly absorbed, digging away with renewed vigor. Nobita tucked the bubble solution into his pocket and headed out. He wanted to let Shizuka try this gadget too. At Shizuka's house, Nobita explained how the bubble solution worked. Shizuka remembered a sweater she'd been knitting for ages. She pulled the old, unfinished project out of the closet. She'd never had the patience to complete it. Now was the perfect time to try the bubble. The moment she concentrated, the bubble settled on her head, and all she could see were the yarn and knitting needles. This gadget really was ideal for anyone who needed to focus. Nobita continued on his helping spree. Passing by a stranger's window, he saw a little girl practicing piano. He casually placed a bubble helmet on her. At a Japanese restaurant, the kitchen was in chaos. The chef couldn't focus on slicing. Nobita helped him lock in on his knife work, and suddenly his chopping speed became astonishing. Even when he came across a manga artist stuck in a creative rut, Nobita gave him a helmet too, and inspiration began pouring out non-stop. Soon, evening fell. The moment Doraemon came out, he ran straight into Nobita, and spotting the bubble solution in his hand, he urgently asked if he'd popped all the bubbles after using them. Nobita said he hadn't yet. Doraemon explained that these bubble helmets had to be removed promptly, otherwise, people would keep repeating the same action endlessly. Nobita panicked and dashed out to check. Sure enough, the little girl was still playing the piano non-stop. The chef had piled up a mountain of sliced ingredients, with no sign of stopping. The manga artist had come up with plenty of ideas, but never actually wrote any of them down, because the bubble only amplified his thinking, not his action. Doraemon quickly pulled out his needle and popped the bubbles one by one. Everyone finally returned to normal. Shizuka, meanwhile, had knitted an absurdly long, thick sweater. The two of them worked well into the night, until it suddenly hit them. There was still one person they'd forgotten at home. Oh no, Dad! Nobita rushed back home. As they approached, they heard a strange, low rumbling sound, and then the entire house began to sink into the ground. It looked like Nobita's father had dug out the whole foundation.